Since Donald Trump won the election in the United States, people have been talking about moving to Canada. Don't, because do you know that in 1 year we're going to be electing our own Trump, or possibly sooner if we can kick this tyrant out of power. And despite having more land per person than anywhere else in the world, Canada is actually full. We don't need more migrants, we don't need anything like that, we just want to stay Canada, leave us alone. And actually, this is the one time that you'll see me agree with Quebec. So Quebec is calling for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to strengthen our southern border amid the election results in the United States. They note that there will probably be a massive influx of people who went to the United States illegally, coming illegally again into Canada after Donald Trump takes office, since he will be carrying out mass deportations. And if you don't remember, in 2016, when Donald Trump first took office, Justin Trudeau took to Twitter. He said that we would welcome any migrants with open arms, and we shouldn't make that same mistake again.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video,
have you guys heard, which is true, that good old Daddy Dumpy Pants is selling Bibles for $1,000 with his autograph, his signature? So MAGAs, you little cockroaches, listen, for a one-way ticket to hell, you can go ahead and purchase that Bible, baby. Go ahead and purchase that Bible, baby. Yeah, because, your daddy Dumpy Pants is hard up for money. You guys like to say, oh, he's a billionaire where? That's how we know that you don't know how to read. That's how we know. So to my fellow blue Democrats and some of my good Republicans who are not MAGAs, hold on, because I'm here to be all up in their face. And again, I'm going to run this down to the ground. Look, they're going to be so sick and tired of me. They already are, because they're coming into the comments talking shit, not knowing that I'm not paying them no attention at all. Because guess what? I don't talk to roaches. They're angry, y'all. They are angry. They're mad. And they are upset that our time has come. Well, first of all, let's just be very clear. It never left. Stay tuned for more tea with melanin.
At the end of every year, Congress passes 12 new appropriations bills for the upcoming fiscal year right now being 2025. So earlier this week, they were debating on that. It was a bipartisan fiscal policy that they were debating on the floor, and somebody who is not in politics had a very large problem with that. Said person being Elon Musk, who is not a politician, just sticks his billionaire nose where it does not belong. Anyway, he was very upset that this fiscal policy was going to pass and then be signed into law by President Biden, because it is still currently his administration. He did not want that. He did not want a fiscal policy to go into effect until Trump is sworn into office on January 20th. So that would mean there is going to be a gap between right now and up to January 20th where there is no fiscal policy set for 2025. So what does this mean? Basically, if there is going to be a gap between right now and up to January 20th for when Trump gets sworn in, we will go into something called government shutdown. Now, it sounds scary. It sounds really intimidating. It's not as scary as it sounds, but it is also not good. Now, I want to preface this by saying we are not currently in government shutdown, and there is a chance that we will just completely avoid it. Should, there be a decision made where they do come up with a fiscal plan for 2025, we won't go into government shutdown, but there is only a limited number of days that they can decide things before we do go, which if it does happen, it will happen this Saturday at 12:01 a.m. So, government shutdown is when the government decides which functions and agencies in the federal government are essential and non-essential. So some of these functions that are going to be deemed essential will be public safety, so this includes like law enforcement, keeping the community safe, border control and security, in-hospital medical care, power grid management, air traffic control and safety, and then there will be a number of judiciary people who are deemed essential and will continue their work, and obviously the legislators that have to decide the fiscal policy. So that is very few government agencies that are still going to continue to operate, and every other agency is going to be deemed non-essential. Now, this means that their workers could be furloughed, they could be not paid at all, they could just be out of work, and they will not resume their work, especially if they are, connected with appropriations, if they cannot properly do their jobs without a budget. They will just be out of a job until the next fiscal policy is enacted. Now, what is this going to look like besides the government, but just to the country as a whole and to us as citizens? If you get Social Security checks, you will still receive your checks, but issuance of verification cards will cease, and so you will not have an identifying card that says you have Social Security. If you are applying for grants at hospitals, especially through TANF, which is Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, you may not get approved, or the hospital you are being treated at will have to front the money for you because the agency is not available to disperse funds. Environmental food inspection. The EPA and the FDA will cease functioning because they are deemed as non-essential. So this means that, investigations of sites that may include hazardous waste or potentially dangerous drinking water will not be investigated until said fiscal policy is enacted. In 2013, when this happened, over 1,200 sites that were supposed to be investigated by the EPA were not able to be investigated because we were in government shutdown. National parks. If you wanted to go to a national park, well, sucks for you because those are going to be closed because they're non-essential. In 2013, when we were in a government shutdown, $500 million in revenue were lost because we did not have national parks open. SNAP and EBT. If you use food stamps or you have an EBT card, you will still be getting those benefits and you still can use them. But if this continues through the new year and a fiscal policy is not set, it is very likely that many of the places that accept EBT and SNAP will not be able to renew that license that allows them to take those as payment, and you will not be able to buy anything with those. And obviously there are a lot more effects that could come from this if we do go into government shutdown. These are just the ones that are listed and the ones that have happened in the past. This has happened before. It's happened 20 times since 1976, so it is not relatively new, but it is not common. The last one that I think everybody should pay attention to, especially right now, the week before Christmas, is air travel. If you are planning on traveling by plane, whether that be through this month of December or through the new year, good luck, because during this time of government shutdown, TSA agents do not get paid for their job. So, say you are a TSA agent and all of a sudden you get, hey, sorry, but you're not an essential worker, so I still want you to come to work, but we're not going to pay you for it because of this thing that's way over your head. Would you go to work? Probably not. So there's going to be a huge decrease in available employees to get you through security and checkpoints. It is possible that even an airport near you could shut down just because there are not enough workers there to operate it. So that's what's going to happen if we do go into government shutdown a week before Christmas. Like I said, this is not a guarantee. This is just what would happen should we not determine a fiscal policy for 2025. I have a feeling we're not going to, just based on the fact that Elon Musk was able to kill the bipartisan bill that we had going a week before Christmas. Don't know if it's going to continue to be that way, but we all need to be prepared for this and be informed. I promise this is not a new thing. This is not the first time this has happened. There have been threats of this in the past and we've gotten over it. So this isn't something to be terrified of, but it is something you need to be aware of and take precautions.
First of all, is it possible for someone who is not a member of Congress to come out and say this is going to happen and it happens? That's just what I'm thinking. Is that even possible? And I've seen numerous people on TikTok saying that he's President Musk and all of that, and people are just saying so many things, and TP coming out to say he cannot be the president. One being that he's not American born, and people also came out for CP and said, oh, for him to come out and start saying that means he's kind of threatened by him. Okay, and he said something that he needs like smart people around him. So I'm just thinking, is it even possible for somebody who is not a politician, he doesn't hold an office currently, because for now Biden is still the president. Trump is not the president yet. He's just the president-elect till 20th of January. Does Musk have the right to say this is going to happen and it happens? That's just my thoughts. Is that even possible? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, right? Is it possible? Let me know if it's possible, right? Because if they're going to be a government shutdown like this lady has mentioned, and everybody has to go sit back at home, trust me, a lot of people won't be working because there's no need coming to work and you're not being paid. Okay, for that everybody just needs to sit down at home and say, okay, since there's a government shutdown, no payment and all of that, let's just sit back home, and a lot of people are also going to find that very difficult because if you're traveling, you're going to find difficulty in moving things and all of that. For people with disability who needs people to help them move things, it's also going to be difficult for them. So it's going to like touch every aspect of everyone's life. Well, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, right? I don't think anybody in their right senses want to work for free and not get paid. Who is going to pay your bills, right? Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Let's have that conversation in the comment. And please do well to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's know your thoughts in the comments and see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.